It is 105.9 The Mount, Nashville's Classic Rock, the Rizzo and Jeff Show, 5:31 on early, hanging out with you because that's what we do here. And Jeff, I feel like, and I think my biggest fear is that with this hurricane coming to Florida, the people are going to forget about us. Yeah. I know that's just maybe it's just a me thing, but it's all I'm hearing now, man.
I wouldn't buy into a lot of that. I think, hopefully they're going to figure out that there's going to be, enough to go around to help everybody out. I know the pressure's on with the government to make sure that all happens. But it looks, it doesn't look good coming the way of Florida right there. And, that area floods pretty bad. So we're going to see. But you got to remember, in that area, too, they had just there was a lot of cleanup going on from, a lot of the rain and stuff they had. So kind of a 1-2 punch. So it's been a rough time for a lot of people, man, when it comes to these hurricanes. Hey, this is the worst I can remember. I
was going to say, the worst hurricane season, that I can remember was Katrina, then Irene. So, I mean, like 2005. So it's like, what is it about, like, once every 20 years, 20 years, where it's like...
Well, Tampa, the Tampa area, dude, hasn't had a direct hit in like 100 years. Like a direct hit.
Like a
direct dead on, just because the way it sits, and then boom, here it goes. So it's just as crazy as kind of what happened here. It's just unbelievable, like these moments and what's happening. It's crazy. It's still crazy to see it. But I saw yesterday that you posted about shared about the water. We shared it at the same time, like within a minute when we saw it, the water thing that was getting repaired, and it's good to see that. And you saw within 72 hours. That they're going to have those pipes hooked up, but then
then they got to clean it. I explained the steps, afterwards and all that. But then I also posted a video that I came across from Aerial Recovery. Right. By the way, 500,000 views on our tiny little Facebook page. We finally crossed, the 15,000 mark there. But I mean, of a landslide, and interestingly enough, that landslides could happen, for the foreseeable future because of how altered the ground was.
Yeah,
man. Stuff like that might not be over, and I think that's why there's so many views.
Yeah, I don't think people do realize that. We could be like one rainstorm away from some landslides and things happening again, which is scary to even begin to think about. So, yeah.
Yeah, we listen, we have a lot going on, but we're back. We're here with you. I know that a lot of people still without power, a lot of people still without, I guess nobody has water except for like 4 people in Swan and Noah.
Right.
But if you're on the Mills River plant, but we have some updates about that. We'll just kind of talk about what we saw, what we've seen, what we've been doing, and we just kind of wanted to let you know we're here. We wanted to come on. The Rizzo and Jeff Show is here. We are not going anywhere or letting anyone else take over our show here. We're going to be here with you.
Yeah, look, and I know that there's probably a lot of people that aren't sleeping good for sure. A little cooler last night, which could be a bit of a blessing depending if you just want to be comfortable at night. If you like it cold. I do like it cold. Some people, chilly, even if you're outside, you're in a tent. Those types of things. We can't forget that there's a lot of people that have just lost completely everything, and
it's going to get so cold. I mean, fall is upon us, and it's like it's going to take a little bit longer, than 2 weeks to rebuild everything. And even if that's what I mean. Yeah. It's going to be winter. I mean, and we were talking about this last night. Christmas. We'll talk about this later, but Christmas, the holidays, Halloween, stuff like that. What election? And again, not political, please. I got to tell you, the one thing that happens when you have a post that goes viral is you get political Pete's. Okay? And I don't want any political. I just meant straight up voting.
Yeah.
How are we going to do the basic tenement of voting? How are we going to do the basic tenements of Halloween? How are we going to do the basic tenements of Christmas and buying the things that we would need for Christmas, Jeff, when
Yeah, it's going to be hard to even believe. We're about a little over a month away from Thanksgiving. What in the world is that going to look like for us? I mean, think about that. And you'll try the best, your best to kind of make that work and things of that nature. But when you've lost it all, is the joy even there to celebrate holidays and things? You try to keep as much normalcy as possible, especially if you have kids and things. But man, is all that going to be tough and sad, and working through all that?
Yeah, 100%. So listen, we just wanted to get on 828-240-1059. You know the number. I know you're frustrated. We know you're frustrated, but we are going to keep you updated, entertained as much as we can, and we're going to be here with you. So we are here this Tuesday morning, the Rizzo and Jeff Show. Nobody else. 828-240-1059. Let's chat, shall we?
Yeah.
Good
like
morning,
that.
huh?
We shall chat.
We chat.
We get it. We're new. So it's time for you to sound off on the Rizzo and Jeff Show. Let us have it. What do you want to say to us? What do we need to know? Call now. 240-1059. Coming up on 105.
It is 1059, the Mount Nashville's Classic Rock, the Rizzo and Jeff Show. Here with you during this awful time, and I posted a few things yesterday. One was a video from an aerial rescue team. Got about 500,000 views on our page, and it was out of a landslide, Jeff. And this landslide, which I think was so scary to people. What's scary is that those landslides could be happening for weeks, if not even months after this, even when it looks completely dry and everything's okay.
Yeah, yeah, that's a scary thing, and we did see that, and that's what was said. But just say we get just the littlest bit of rain, a storm comes through, something like that. It could really even cause just kind of more damage. So there's a lot of. That's why it's so important that the rescue missions happened, as fast as possible, so that we can make sure that a majority of, if not all of our area is safe and secure and everybody's okay. I mean, I'm seeing stories of elderly couples in the hospital together, and I'm seeing more though as well of people being found, and a week later, 10 days later, things of that nature from the last time they heard from their loved ones. So, so those stories are popping up, which is pretty amazing, and. It's been nonstop here with the help with the local community and things like that. So, this is not something that's just going, 2 weeks and we forget about it. Everybody's doing something every day, planning ahead. Hey, we're going to have food on Thursday. We're going to have food on Saturday. So that's what's pretty cool as well.
Well, I don't know if you got a call, but I have a FEMA person coming to inspect the destroyed automobile of mine coming on tomorrow.
Well, that's probably pretty lucky for you that that they come in that I guess that's pretty quick for them to kind of get it done.
His name is Al from Alabama.
Al from Alabama's coming.
And I said, what's your name, sir? He goes, my name is Al. You remember me because I'm Al from Alabama.
Right.
And I said, Al from Alabama?
Yeah.
I said, Al from Al, you are here, Al from Alabama? He goes, I came up from Alabama. And I said, well, what are you doing here? And he, we got to talking, and Al from Alabama was just, being his Alabama self. He was all business though.
Well,
he was all. I was trying to get a guffaw.
Well, listen,
I didn't get a guffaw from Al from Alabama.
Well, here's the thing. The FEMA's coming, but he's basically an insurance adjuster. And man, are they're tough as nails. Don't buy into the Al from Alabama sweet talk. Because if he gets under, and takes a look at the car and then says, oh, well, I found this, that, and the other thing, and then says, no, this wasn't it. You don't know. I
saw it wash away. How can he tell me it didn't?
They're well-trained in this stuff.
It's fine.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Are you saying that Al from Alabama gave me a fake charming guffaw in order to tell me no for FEMA assistance?
Well, I remember when I had lived in Florida and I had, I went through some water and it got into my transmission, and it was a nightmare to try to get them, Was
it a hurricane or just?
It was just a tropical storm.
Okay.
But to try to get insurance or anything, to get any help for that, it's.
Did you get help?
I wound up finding a friend that could help out because the insurance company wouldn't pick up the claim on that, and it's not like I asked for the tropical storm to roll in.
Yeah,
right.
Nobody asked for that to roll in. Nobody asked for Helene to come to Asheville.
Right. So you just never know. But hopefully now they're a little more lenient on how they help people out, because there's going to be people that their whole houses are gone and that's it.
Yeah, and the other thing that I will say that's so you really think he charmed the pants off me to get over here, and then
you were suckered from Al from Alabama from FEMA, and I'm sure he's a nice man. He seems to be.
I bet you Al from Alabama he's driving around. I know he's inspecting things, so I wonder if Al from Alabama is driving around and he's looking and he's like hearing his name and he's like, oh my God, I'm on the radio. Maybe Al from Alabama will look. I saw the thing wash away the bottom of her undercarriage.
Okay, all right. Well, look, I wasn't there to say it.
How can I prove to Al from Alabama that happened?
Well, unless you had some kind of video or something. That's why they tell you take pictures of everything.
Well, we took video of the wetness, but again, I
everybody
literally
was wet.
But what I'm saying is, I saw the pipe roll away.
I hope. I'm there for you, but evidence is kind of everything when it comes to that stuff. That's why, when this initially all kicked off, they're like, look,
because I even was honest. I said, listen, look, the worms and all that stuff that I said, look, we got that. They, the apartment complex took care of us, did all that. They were fine.
The problem isn't you. The problem is that there's people out there that will scam to get things. So everybody's, they're very cautious all the time with, what they, how they give things out. So Al from Alabama, he knows he knows what's up.
All I need is the car. I need the car. Need the car. Fix the car. I don't care if it's the same car. Fix the car.
Yeah. Well, they'll fix the car, or they give you, what the Kelly Blue Book is, which probably doesn't cover what's left on it.
No.
Right?
No.
So it's one of those deals. So
that's what they're going to do. The Al from Alabama is going to give me $12. No, it's a joke. They hold their value. They don't make them anymore. It's a good sturdy gal.
Ooh, they don't make them anymore, huh?
No, they don't. It's like a Pontiac.
Yeah,
but here's the thing: they were replaced by the Nissan Rogue.
Okay, well,
they were replaced by the Nissan Rogue. So I figured to myself, okay, I got the Nissan Rogue.
Might as well had a Sunfire. That's
a Grand Am.
Yeah. No, the Grand Ams probably hold their own.
The Aztec, they're going the Aztec.
Yeah,
they hold their own.
Yeah.
No, I'm a little concerned. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Has anyone experienced an adjuster yet come out to see them from whether it be FEMA or an insurance company or anything like that? Like how'd it go? I'm a little nervous because Al from Alabama is from FEMA,
right?
And Al from Alabama, I tried to get him to guffaw. I tried to throw some jokes his way. I tried to make him laugh, and
he knows what you're up to. He's not buying what you're selling.
I'm not trying to sell him anything. I just want him to look at the freaking car.
Oh, he's going to look at it.
I want him to look at the car.
And then it's well, you'll hear from us soon. 2026. Okay.
2026. Yeah. Well, I'm scared, Jeff. Don't
be afraid from Al from Alabama. I think it'll be all right. He'll take a look at it, and if he feels that was the damage and what it was, then he's going to take care of you. Yeah. But he's got a lot on his plate, I'm sure.
Well, listen. For those of you just tuning in or just finding us, I know people are finding us from all over the country, and I'll tell you why. Because our Facebook has blown. Our entire Facebook is going viral. Look at every Facebook in town, no matter what media company or no matter what TV station, and our Facebook we're at 500,000 people.
More than that.
More than 500,000 people just viewing videos and share. We have thousands of. We had to turn off notifications. I actually had to silence the computer because it's nonstop comments and notifications. And by the way, stop it with the political crap.
I know. Well,
please.
Well, look,
I delete all of them. I can.
Having all those views and things like that are a good thing,
but they also are a bad thing.
Yeah, but it being a good thing is that our Facebook is out there for everybody to be able to see, or people are paying attention, and you can see it, all over the country, and people are noticing and seeing, what it is, because another hurricane is coming to Florida. Now concern is shifting that way. So you don't want to be forgotten about.
And I think that's the big fear. I think the fear is that, people are already, people are evacuating Florida. They're running out of gas. And
they are trying to leave. And that same thing that happened here is they're trying to get out.
But the problem is we didn't have the warning that the people in Florida did. Plus, people in Florida kind of deal with this more than we do. I mean, and I hate the comments that I see, whether it be on our TikTok 1059 The Mountain, Rizzo and Jeff Show, whether it be our Facebook, 1059 The Mountain, or whatever the case may be. I hate the fact that people are like, oh, you should have got out. You had a warrant. It's like, we really didn't, man. We were it's going to rain, and then it's going to come, but it dissipates over land. I mean, we're on mountains, for God's sakes. Yeah. This happens once every 250 years.
Yeah, the warning, what it initially looked like, and your hope is that it slows down when it hit land, and it didn't. It actually feels like it gained power, which was crazy. And what people don't get is just within 2 hours, we were literally here on the air. 2 hours.
It was from 7:30 to 9:03,
and then boom, it was just crazy. Somebody just came through with a buzzsaw all around this area.
Whatever the case may be. Yeah. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am preparing for Al from Alabama, and if you have any advice for me, for Al, for Alabama,
from FEMA, he's the insurance guy for them,
or whatever.
That's basically what he does.
All I want Al from Alabama to do, and I even said, hey, Al, listen, I don't need anything for the house. I'll figure the house out, all right? The Zero Res is around. I got the people at the place to get the worms and all that stuff. I'm not even worried about the worming. I even said that. I said, I just want you to look at the car. Yeah. And as I tried to get him to guffaw, all right, didn't buy it. He fell silent on the phone.
Well, maybe it wasn't that funny. You're funny in your own head.
I am hilarious. As a matter of fact, we were on another radio show yesterday in Columbus with one of our sister stations, and they asked who the funny one was. And without hesitation, you jump and say, that is me.
No, you did. They leaned into me. They leaned into me. Is it Jeff? They asked.
No. You said it's me.
Well,
you said it's me.
You want me to lie to the people?
Listen, I can get a guffaw out of some people. I'm a funny guy. It's just this has been a not funny situation. If you listen to the Rizzo and Jeff Show regularly, I am a laugh riot.
Oh, I'll tell you. You are something else.
I'm a real Jerry Seinfeld.
You are. You're a real ball of joy. I got to just tell you, huh? Bozo. What are you throwing, balls and buckets here? I mean, you know what I mean?
Juggling balloons, balls and buckets. That's me.
All right.
Anyway, listen, 828-240-1059.
Little levity for a second.
For a second. Al from Alabama's coming. Coming up, we'll update you about what we found out about the water system, kind of what's going on there, and also somebody using their star power. In order to spread awareness.
Yeah.
Is this a star power move? Or is this I just want to get the news move?
Yeah, I don't know if he needs the news. I don't know if he needs the news. I think it's a star power move, but anything's possible, so. All right.
We'll talk about it. Don't go anywhere. More of the Rizzo and Jeff Show coming up next. 828-240-1059. That's the number to get a hold of us.
We get it. We're new. So it's time for you to sound off on the Rizzo and Jeff Show. Let us have it. What do you want to say to us? What do we need to know? Call now. 240-1059. Coming up.
It is 1059 The Mountain, Nashville's classic rock. We got the Rizzo and Jeff Show. And a lot of people are asking about the water situation. And we have a few things coming up that, be interesting to talk about, especially considering the circumstances that we're in, including Dr. Phil, things we thought we'd never eat that we've eaten recently. So stay tuned for that. But I kind of wanted to break down this water situation for you guys because I think it's really important. I think there's a couple of misnomers. One, there was initially a thought that we would have water in 72 hours, and that's not true. If anything, the hope is that they could have reconnection in about 3 days or so. That's to reestablish a connection, but that does not mean anybody will have water within 3 days, okay?
No,
That's just potential reconnection, right? Which is step one of like 9.
Right. And then the North Fork Reservoir, which is like 80% of the entire area here, even if it's reconnected, let's just say that happens. Let's throw it out there and say Thursday, they say it's reconnected. Well, sediment levels, they need to go down before any water is drawn, okay? Then they got to get in there and basically treat the reservoir. And the water can't be delivered from reservoirs until the distribution systems are repaired. So the pipes are just the beginning part of it, and then the distribution repairs need to happen as well. So we know that Mills River, it's fully operational, it's fully pressurized.
Right. The North Fork is the majority of all of our water in the at least Asheville, Weaverville, Woodfin area. And like you said, Jeff, there's going to be so much sediment and so much just stuff.
Oh, just think about it.
I put a video up. It's got hundreds of thousands of views of a landslide. I mean, think about all the landslide, all the stuff that's in there, the trees, the this, that, the fences, the pieces of homes, stuff from the, you know what I mean? Just, it's not just going to be hook it up and here we go.
No.
But so that misnomer that, they could, ostensibly they could have it hooked up. Because they're working 24/7, and shout out to them. I know some of them are listening in their trucks and stuff, and we appreciate you. But then they have to, like you said, turn the water on, pressurize it, treat the water. But here's the thing. They could turn it on, and it could blow out another pipe. You know what I mean? It could blow out another pipe, and then they got to fix that pipe.
Well, I think that the hope is, Rizzo, is that the fact that we have so many people working on it from so many different companies and help and all kinds of different things that the hard workers. And I'm watching videos of those guys just in there with shovels digging and doing the real kind of Lord's work in a sense and really helping out, kind of get that done. And you're talking guys that are out there 14, 16-hour days just trying to get this back up and running because we know how it's
and they're
imperative.
Working in shifts. I mean, they are working 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
So and then after all of that, then like you said, the sediment in the water, it needs to be clear, it needs to be cleaned, it needs to be treated, and all that stuff. And then even when they open the faucets, right? Then of course, bam. Right? Like Emerald, bam.
Who knows?
There's probably boil water advisories and all that.
Yeah. Which is fine. We could all work with that. I'll take some water and boil it, and I'll make it work.
That. Right. 100%. But just having something, I mean, that's ostensibly it could be weeks away. Jeff. I mean,
look, not to sugarcoat it, but it feels like weeks away. And I think
that's how it feels.
And I think that the assistant city manager said, look, we're making progress, but we're probably looking at weeks.
Yeah. And again, I can sense the frustration from you guys, and I can sense how you're feeling. And so, Jeff and I, what we're going to do is we're actually going to talk about the things that you're talking about, but in a way that might, make you think about things that you haven't, things that are, things that we're doing, things that Jeff did, things that we did, but maybe something you thought you never did. So, there's a lot coming up, but I just wanted to give a quick update on that because I have to tell you something, man. I when I initially heard it, I got really excited, but then I thought to myself, wait a minute.
Hang on.
Like there is no way that this is, what's the word?
What we're not like
there's
we're
no way
they're or in a sense, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. I mean
we're making progress for sure, but
and then here's I guess my concern, and maybe I'm wrong, but my concern is if Milton makes landfall, will they divert certain resources?
I don't think so.
I hope not.
Yeah,
I hope not. I really, really hope not.
I think there's enough with FEMA to help out. It's all their Governor DeSantis. He was on. You have to get it. Florida is very, very prepared
and adept at this stuff.
It's like you hate to say it, but it's like clockwork. To Florida, and they're so used to it, and there's such a plan in place. No matter what the category hurricane, no matter what it may be, when it's coming, they know days in advance. People leave, all those kind of things. So loss of life isn't as horrendous, and and they're below sea level. So when the water is gone, it just goes back in to the ocean. And it's not like it wipes away and takes entire towns with them as it goes. So that's
why they don't have basements.
Right. Correct. Yeah.
If for those of you who don't know, you can't have a basement in Florida.
Right.
There's a reason for it.
Right.
Right. Because it's below sea level.
You got it. Yeah.
So you can't have a basement in Florida. I remember having a house in St. Augustine, and there was this big thing. There was this guy who was like digging an illegal basement.
Right.
Like in his house,
right?
And it's like you could hear the guy digging a basement,
which
right?
is dumb. Because
why would you dig a basement?
It rains and it's just going to fill up with water. It's so goofy.
Well, about halfway through, he hit the what is it? Oh my gosh, I forget the name of the bay, but he hit the bay.
Right.
So he's about 3.5 feet down. And he hits the bay. And that's when, things got alerted because the bay started creeping out in everybody's lawn. So, moral of the story is there's a reason Florida doesn't have basements. If you're going to dig an illegal basement, maybe the way to do that is not to rent a backhoe and put it in your bag. I'll never forget that as long as I live. I'll never forget it.
People that live in Florida are there's some very special people that live there as well.
You hear all over the country that there are these like Florida, jokes. Oh, here's another Florida story. That there's a reason for it. Some stereotypes are true, and the Florida one is definitely one of them.
Yeah, it's pretty spot on.
That's it. It's about as spot on as it gets. But yes, this guy rented a backhoe, started digging a basement, knowing full well that we were a block and a half away from the bay and 3 blocks away from the ocean. So I don't know where he thought he was going.
I don't think that he had a plan in place other than he was digging a hole. He wanted it.
He rented a I'll never forget. Jeff, he had a backhoe.
And I get it. It's nice to have a basement if you have one, but dehumidifiers, things, all kinds of different things, But all right, good for him. There you go. Yeah.
So I haven't thought about his name was Gary.
Gary. That is a Gary thing to do.
Isn't that a Gary thing to do?
It is.
Dig a basement in Florida?
Yeah.
Good on you, Gar.
All right, Gar.
Good on you, Gar.
From the best classic rock songs of all time to the best radio show of all time. We're sure that show is somewhere. We just can't tell you where. So here's more of the Rizzo and Jeff Show.
9 to Mount Nashville's classic rock, the Rizzo and Jeff Show. A lot of people have come in to Western North Carolina to lend support, lend a helping hand. It's been a beautiful thing to see all these people come together. Now, there's one particular person who visited Western North Carolina, specifically Boone. And I believe we had a listener message us from Boone. What was it, yesterday, Jeff?
Yeah, we did yesterday.
Jamie, was it?
I'm trying to remember the name exactly. Sorry, I'm looking at the 769th notification on this one post.
Yeah, listen, it's unbelievable. I think it was Jamie. Hold on. Yes, I think it was either Jamie or David. Either way. So, from Boone. And They were talking about, I was listening, I was going through your podcast, and I found one of your shows, and I was enjoying your show, and he was weighing in on a listener court that we did a couple weeks ago, which obviously we haven't been doing our quote-unquote regular show because, it'd be a little apropos at this time, but, we'll get there. So anyway, in Boone, we had, a star maybe as bright as the sun.
Yeah.
I mean...
Which is cool to see, by the way.
It is.
That he thought about, the area and wanted to come down and come bring his big old Texas boy making his way on over to North Carolina to check things out. Now, whether it's for, I don't think that he needs the publicity at all.
Well, see, that's what was it optics to you? Did he bring anything to help? What do you think he did? Because I have audio, but what are your thoughts?
All right. First off, we're talking about Dr. Phil McGraw. And he doesn't need optics for anything. I think that he was probably coming. Maybe he's doing a story on it and things like that to kind of shed light on what's going on. He doesn't need a show. He's Dr.
So why
Phil.
would he do a story? He doesn't have a show.
I think once in a while he'll do like specials, like a Dr. Phil thing. He's got the podcast and all kinds of stuff that he does. So
the Philcast?
He keeps going.
He's got the Philcast?
Dr. Phil keeps going. Yeah.
So Dr. Phil makes his way to Boone. And I have some exclusive audio from the McGraw at Boone, and I'm looking, and
he was getting in helicopters and like landing in people's front lawns and stuff like that, and checking them out. So yeah,
and I thought that was cool and all, but like what was interesting was it looks as though he hasn't given himself a good haircut in a couple of weeks. So interesting, look for Dr. Phil here, Jeff. I'm not going to lie.
Well, somebody's calling. They wanted to weigh in on Dr. Phil this morning.
Well, hello. Good morning.
Hello. Yes, so Dr. Phil was actually in Burnsville just day before yesterday, I believe. He was actually at, I believe, either South Toe or Newdale Fire Department. And I believe what he was doing is he was bringing some Starlinks in.
Awesome.
For like Wi-Fi hotspots.
Okay, so did you get to see Dr. Phil?
I did not, but a couple of mutual friends on Facebook had posted pictures with him, so that's how I knew that he was in our area.
Now, see, I'm looking at I have some audio here. Do you think that, because Dr. Phil doesn't have a show anymore, so I mean, it's cool that he's helping bring in this stuff for Elon and the Starlink, and we definitely need the communication.
Desperately need that stuff.
Desperately.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's desperately needed.
Definitely.
But I wish I knew, because Dr. Phil, I don't know if you're kind of new to this show, but Dr. Phil is been a favorite of ours for many years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
So
yeah.
He's Burnsville, and now Boone. Is he gone now? Do you know, or is Phil McGraw hanging around?
Yeah, I'm not sure, to be honest with you, but I do know that he was here in Burnsville.
Yeah, I don't think she works for the Dr. Phil program, so I'm not sure that she has his itinerary lined up. Okay, so
well, you know what?
Thank you for the Phil knowledge.
Thank you for the Phil knowledge. We appreciate you. Okay.
Yeah. No problem. You guys have a good day.
Stay safe.
The same. Stay safe. Thank you.
All right, take it easy. All right, so there you go. So Dr. Phil apparently making a few drops. This was Dr. Phil speaking, I guess, from Boone, North Carolina, here in front of some helicopters. Let me make sure.
Well, it's day 10 since the hurricane hit in North Carolina, and I'm at a little airport in Boone. And you see all these helicopters lined up behind me here, and what's happening, Elon Musk has been great enough to hook me up with several hundred Starlink units that we're taking into some of the most hard-hit, remote, isolated areas. I'm going out in a second wave on some Black Hawk helicopters into some other areas that are completely isolated, and we're going to be delivering those.
So now that we landed here, Dr. Phil, what we're going to do is we're going to head over first to deploy some Starlinks, where we've got some prescriptions that need to come out. We've also got a bunch of people that need internet so they can talk about the supplies they need and report back to us. So we've got 3 we're going to deploy now, and we've got a couple other places we have to hit after this as well.
He's in like a Forerunner now.
When we showed up here the first days, we were like, okay, who's been here already? Has FEMA showed up? They're like, no.
By the way, hold on. Before I go any further, he's walking with a 90-year-old woman. This is actually a really good picture.
Yeah.
He's walking, helping out people. I didn't realize he did all this. This is actually really kind of cool. Hold on.
They're like, you're the first people we've seen. We thought everybody gave up on us.
So I thought that it was actually pretty cool, like that, a lot of people feel that, we've
forgotten
and given up on, whatever the case may be, and, in drops McGraw.
Yeah, and I get it. I think 10 days, 12 days is
a long time.
It's still too long to not be able to get out there and reach out to people, but these are critical things. The Starlink, and you'll be able to, if you have a little bit of power or something on your phone, you'll be able to now get online, contact people, do things with Starlink, which is something that's really, really cool.
From what I understand, because I tried to sign up for the Starlink thing too, and I guess you put in your address, and based on because I haven't had internet or cell service where I'm at for 13 days now, 12 days, whatever the number is, I can't count anymore. Because it feels like Groundhog's Day, but I get the service for free, but I have to pay like $329 for the actual Starlink kit.
Right.
So it's like, are these people having to pay for the kits?
It sounds like he had the kits for them, like he said, over 100. But that's the thing. That's what I saw when you would go on, and we initially had saw that, when this all went down, and we're like, okay, we're going to be without, the internet for a while, which is just, like it or not, this isn't the old days where we call people on landlines.
I don't have a landline.
But you need the social media is what I'm saying, and you need those to be able to go online and email and do things and contact people. And, let
your family know you're okay.
Sure. So it's difficult when you don't have that stuff. So having the Starlink really helped out. So,
well, say what you want. I know that it was nice to see Phil McGraw in Boone. Johnny, what's up, man?
What's going on, boys?
How you doing?
Hey, man, doing good. Heading to work there, bro. Hey, on the Starlink, let me tell you about the Starlink, okay?
All right.
So the Starlink is awesome. Now, let me tell you why. Because we live over there in the rural part of Haywood County, back up in a hole up in yonder, and my daughter ordered a Starlink, got it in, put it up herself, searched the satellite that would fit that area the best. Boom, done. That thing is faster than a scared cat.
Right.
Okay, man.
Well, so it is better.
Did you have to pay for it though, Johnny? Because like every time I put in my, how'd that work?
So yes, you do have to pay for it. Get over. There's a special going on for people in our area. Okay, so yeah, but you do have to pay for the initial deal, but it's a special going on, a discounted price for folks in our area, which isn't bad.
Isn't it like $329 though?
Something like that. But it's normally like $700. So it's about half price.
Okay,
all right.
So, but the thing about it is this: the folks that can't afford it, I'm sure there's some help out there. I'm sure somewhere there's some help. You just got to check it and try to find it. But that's great that Dr. Philip is, going out yonder and putting them things out. That's great, because there are a lot of folks still out there. Because if you live way up in one of them holes and you're looking over the mountains and stuff, you don't have much. That's the toughest part, is not knowing.
Well, you live in Butcher Holler. You're in a tough spot, and that's where Phil was bringing the Starlinks. But it's like, I thought, I was like, wait a minute, this is $300. This is a lot of money.
That's actually a deal for that.
Is it internet too? Like, what is it?
It's satellite.
Oh yeah, man. You got full everything, man. Full bore.
Really? And
it is great.
Is it like something where you could get rid of like your home internet and everything too?
You can. Yep. See, what we're going to do is we're getting rid of our, the regular internet
Spectrum.
Off, Yeah, it shoots off. Well, this right here shoots off of Chambers Mountain over to a little small satellite, which goes on a repeater. So you've also got a bunch of stuff going on there, not just one direct, line of sight. You've got 2 or 3 lines of sight, so you're going to eliminate some problems. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's awesome. All right. Good to know.
Yeah.
Well, Johnny, if you sell some more excavators, maybe you can get us a Starlink for Jeff and I to share.
Well, I will tell you this: we put a Starlink on our building over yonder at the store on Friday afternoon, and it's working lickety-split.
Would you be mad at me if I stole it, even though you listen to us all the time?
Nah, I wouldn't be mad. I don't get mad very easy. I'm pretty calm.
Oh, all right. All right. All right, cool. All right, well, then if it's not there, it wasn't us.
Okay, cool, man. So here we go. TNT, Highway to Hell, Back in Black.
How about you shook me all night? How about you shook me all night long, baby?
Yep. That'd be the Queen song. That's good. Yeah, it's good.
All right, we got a good one coming up for you. All right, John?
Hey, y'all take it easy. Have a nice day. Sun's going to shine. Let's just keep hoping and
praying.
Keep digging, okay?
You got it, my friend. Thank you for calling, John.
Yep, see you now.
All right, take it easy. All right, so there you go, Johnny, on the Starlink.
Yeah, not bad. All right.
I got to be honest with you. I was a little surprised at the Starlink love there, but so that's a good price for the link.
Yeah. Now it's making you think about the link a little bit.
It's making me think
down
link.
The road. Yeah, maybe down the road when everything comes back together eventually, whatever that may be. Maybe
think
the
link.
Think link.
Think link.
Text a message to Rizzo and Jeff now.
105.9 The Mount Nashville's Classic Rock, the Rizzo and Jeff Show. And we have Chris on the phone from Barnardsville. Chris, good morning. What's up, man?
Good morning. I just called. I wanted to confirm a couple of things that I heard on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
I volunteer at our community center, and we gather together all the volunteers, and some people have had no power, no information. So I actually called to thank you. We just got power, and I got it this morning.
How did that? What did that feel like? That felt amazing, didn't it? When that came on, you were probably running around like a maniac, weren't you, Chris?
I need a moment. I was beating my foot so hard to that AC/DC song. Thank you. The CH-47s that are flying around, I would like to, based on your reporting, I would like to tell everybody that these are Starlinks that are being delivered.
Okay.
Is what we're watching. Is that correct?
So, from what we understand,
what you understand, okay.
From what we understand, that they are Starlinks, and again, Starlinks, especially with Dr. Phil, I guess he brought 100 that we know of, that we can confirm, but. The 100 that we know of, but I'll be honest with you, I can't confirm every single one, but the Starlinks, I think, based on what Johnny said, based on that, even at $300, that's half price, plus you get the service for free, so I do think from what we hear, it's worth it. So,
right.
So,
Yeah, not that long. I'm just going to say, them helicopters are carrying Starlink. But thank you for I have to say this about Rizzo. Your interview technique is, you're a good journalist. You really are.
He is a quality journalist.
You know what's funny? I went to school for journalism, and I hate it.
It shows. You are very good. You got all that information, and you didn't say it. You got Johnny to say it. Right. And it was excellent. But you had a question about who's funniest, right?
Yeah.
Who's funnier?
Yeah.
Well, somebody had asked that question to us yesterday.
Back in my yesteryear, I used to do data, and so I checked it for I listened for 1 hour from 6 to 7, and so who is funniest? I would say, based on one data point, and remember, you have to do it over a much longer period of time to figure out actually who it is.
Right.
Is the funny person is Jeff. The one thing that both of you laughed at was the Dr. Phil retort, where what is she, her assistant, his assistant? Remember that little retort?
Oh, I do.
Both laughed at it. What's that?
Well, there you go.
No, you're right. So
you're the top-notch journalist.
I'm the top-notch. I'm the straight man, the top-notch journalist, and Jeff's the funny guy.
A very good journalist.
And I'm the comic relief.
Yes, and thank you, Johnny, for. Do you mind if I just ask? I don't know why Johnny likes AC/DC so much.
No, we got to tell you, Chris, he could listen to AC/DC over and over and over again, and
it's his thing.
And it wouldn't make a difference. And nothing. We could have all AC/DC all the time, and he would never turn it off. So, yeah.
But do we know why?
I never asked, and that's a good question. I wonder why. Maybe it was just like a moment in time. When you're younger and you're single, and it's those songs and that music. You know what I mean? Yeah.
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 Okay.
Well,
thank you guys. First morning back with you guys. I love it. I look forward to listening to you more and more. Thank you.
I appreciate it. It's definitely a different kind of show. But listen, we do the best that we can.
That was.
I don't appreciate. Listen,
you have some silly moments. It's fine. You're allowed to have that. But it was nice to hear him get emotional. Power just came back on for him today, and it's crazy just to hear that little thing, just having the power on. And how that just changes your whole day. You could hear his spirits just so uplifted just from having the power itself. So.
Yeah, I mean, he was dancing, so that was awesome. I mean, I'm happy. I'm excited for him. And, I'm a little disappointed that... if I knew to be the funny one,
you can't have it all.
I have people saying it's the Jeff and Rizzo show, so
you get the journalist thing. Okay, you can't have everything, man.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. All right, listen, it is the Rizzo and Jeff show. We'll be right back here on 105.9 The Mountain.
We get it. We're new. So it's time for you to sound off on the Rizzo and Jeff Show. Let us have it. What do you want to say to us? What do we need to know? Call now. 240-1059. Coming up on 105.9 The Mountain.
It is 105.9 The Mountain, Nashville's classic rock, the Rizzo and Jeff Show. Jeff, I got to be honest with you. There's a lot of things I wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
MREs, a lot of things that we never thought that we would do in our lives, right? And I'll give you an example. There's a gentleman, and I want to make sure I get his handle correct. Hold on. He eats, I think it's like Western North Carolina Eats or something of that nature, and he was eating, I guess, beanie weenies, and he was giving...
What are they?
You've never heard of a beanie weenie? Does anyone know what a beanie weenie... 828-240-1059. Does anybody know what a beanie weenie is?
I might have cans of those sitting in there. If they were dropped off and given...
They were.
So I might... Are they just little cans?
They're tiny little cans.
I think I have some. I really do.
They're like red cans or like hot dogs and beans. I really do. I think they're like hot dogs and beans.
Okay.
And, of course, I had it up here and it refreshed. But hold on. Let's see. I think it's Carolina Eats. And he's trying some beanie weenies. And I was wondering, think about the things that you have eaten since this has started that we never thought that we would eat.
Yeah.
Right? What's something for you?
And listen, I know there's people that are still hungry and they're still looking for food and need it. But I had you could just get them on the shelf. They're not even cold. So it's the Hormel. In 60 seconds, you just fire those puppies up. And I had Swedish meatballs.
Okay.
And noodles. So I had that. It's ready in 60 seconds. And I say to myself, well, I got to tell you, for a quickie, this is not a god-awful snack to have out of nowhere. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and again, these beanie 828-240-1059. I don't know if anyone's at, and again, I'm having a little slow internet here to pull this up, but the beanie weenie, I guess, Franks and beans, but in a can.
Right, okay.
Right. I think that's what it is. And the guy was eating it, and it went viral because he's like, I never thought that I would have this, but I got to tell you, beanie weenies, I'm going to add to my list of repertoire things to eat. Well, you know what I mean?
And you know why? And it's because we're so used to before all this happened, and you take for granted. You say, all right, I'm going to fire up a nice steak, right? Or I'm going to get a T-bone, or I'm going to be grilling all this kind of stuff. And then you realize, this is not too bad. all right, I could save some money, but we're going to need all this stuff. We're in a long haul here for a lot of things.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll tell you this, and I didn't realize this. I mean, think about some of the MREs, the people are eating, but 828-240-1059. Apparently, beanie weenies are a very popular dish. I didn't realize that. 1059 The Mountain, good morning. Hello.
Hey, good morning. This is Todd. How you doing?
Good, Todd. What's up, brother?
By the way, Todd, I never asked you. Have you seen your girlfriend yet since everything happened?
No, I haven't. They're still kind of tied up down there in Black Mountain. There's still a lot of roads and trees down and stuff like that. So, but we are keeping in contact every day, which is good. She still doesn't have power.
Yeah, that's
really. She still doesn't have power?
No, sir. She still doesn't have power.
Yeah, we got a call. We got a call from a guy this morning. His power came back on while we were on the phone with him, and he just saw. He almost broke down.
Yeah, almost broke down and cried.
Yeah.
I just wanted to share with you. Beanie Weenies is basically pork and beans with hot dogs cut in them.
But Mike, I guess it's like they're cans that people are giving out, and they're doing a bunch of reviews on them here in Western North Carolina. I guess people are falling in love or rediscovering Beanie Weenies.
I eat them all the time anyway, but I had about 6 cans when the power went out, but I finally finished them up. I don't know when I'll be able to get any more, but they were good.
Well, apparently this is a North Carolina dish, started in Western North Carolina, made with bright leaf hot dogs. They combine sweet and hearty flavors, perfect for parties, potlucks, and barbecues. Another version of this dish is the Beanie Weenie Casserole, which combines cheesy cornbread, baked beans, and hot dogs. And I guess these Beanie Weenie, whatever they are, apparently these things are, really, really popular here. And this guy's been reviewing them.
Very popular.
Well, but
very popular.
But why are they giving out then as survival food? I guess because they're so durable, they don't go bad.
It's probably that, right, Todd, and that people enjoy them, and it reminds you, of a different time. So it's.
They are survival food because when I went to the Mojave Desert to train with the National Guard, I took a bunch with me, and man, I survived on them instead of eating those MREs. Okay. But now I'm eating the MREs.
How was that Mojave Desert? A little warm? Was that hot, Todd?
A little hot, about 122 degrees in the shade. We had one 15-minute rain that lasted. Well, it didn't last that long, and it wasn't that hard, but it sure did feel good.
I bet.
You know what, Todd? Well, you know what? Thank you for your Beanie Weenie knowledge
and your service,
my friend.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate you.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate you. We love you, Todd. Keep in touch, okay?
I'll do it.
All right, thanks, strong, my friend. Stay strong. 828-240-1059. I literally had this video pulled up.
I know.
And of course, it's because we have so many notifications, it went away, but the guy was literally doing a Beanie Weenie review, and he's like, I've never had these before, but I love them. And he starts to cry.
Yeah.
He goes, I don't know what it is about these things, but they're delicious. And he goes, I got these as like a rescue food.
You know what I have found the love for again in my life?
What?
The Spaghetti-O.
And the Scatty.
And they have the Spaghetti-O with the Frank's Red Hot Sauce. So it's a little spicy. I can't eat as many spicy things as I used to be able to.
Wait, they have SpaghettiOs with Frank's Red Hot?
It's spicy, yeah. And you can have them.
Are you serious?
Yeah, in the can. It just comes with it, yeah.
So wait a minute. So and didn't you, because what have I eaten? Let's see. You know what? I've grilled some Spam.
Okay, all right.
I have grilled some Spam.
For Rizzo to grill Spam, folks.
Ladies and gentlemen, you don't know how.
For Rizzo to grill Spam,
go ahead, Tom.
Probably his hands were shaking the entire time while he was doing it. Yeah,
I was that scared, and she, baby hands, my fiance. For those of you who don't know, or you're listening from across the country, you're just checking us out. She was stunned.
Yeah,
that I was making, but we did like these Spam-wiches. I never thought in a million years, like a Spam-wich. You know what I mean? Like you slice up some Spam, you do 2 slices of Spam on some toast. Man, I never thought.
It's amazing when you're surviving, and money runs low, and it's everybody goes, well, run to the market. Well, you got to preserve every dollar that you have at the moment.
I know we do. Hello.
Hello.
You.
Hey, man, we're talking about some potted meat.
Potted meats. That's what we're talking about.
Potted meat.
What do you got for potted meats, man?
Potted meat or Vienna sausage, man.
Yeah. Do you eat Vienna sausage?
Yes, love them.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Hey, listen. When people could make fun of Vienna sausage, but when we're in survival mode, it's pretty amazing to to have them, right? You don't forget. You don't think about it, and then when you need them the most, what a good little snack of Vienna sausage is.
Man, you put them in a closet and keep them forever. Have them on standby.
That's it. And I do. I never thought I'd have Vienna sausages on standby, and let me tell you, I feel like I have half a shelf full now. So,
yeah, Vienna sausage and crackers.
Well, let me ask you, what about the beanie weenies? You ever have some of those?
Oh, man, yeah, all the time. Make them myself. Take hot dogs and pork and beans.
Hot dogs, pork and beans, right in the pot.
Right there it is. Look at that. Love it. All right. See that? There it is. All right. Listen, 828-240-105. I don't know. Maybe it was just me. I thought I was, I had this guy who was crying eating beanie weenies. I thought we had it.
Well, you know what? The good thing is...
such is life with all these notifications coming in on the 105.9 The Mountain Facebook page.
Look, we have the beanie weenies, and we're eating those, but there's so many amazing people still making food for people all over in so many towns all around us. The community's really stepped up.
And again, it's the churches. They're making meals. It's these food trucks that are giving stuff out. I mean, even North meets South, who lost everything. I said that before. They're giving out food still. So it's these communities coming together and just doing these little things. So I guess it's gratitude and gratefulness. So we'll be right back. More of the Rizzo and Jeff Show coming up after this. It's 105.9 The Mountain.
Text a message to Rizzo and Jeff now to 828-240-1059.
It is 105.9 The Mountain, Nashville's classic rock, the Rizzo and Jeff Show, 828-240-1059. We'll get to some calls in a second, but again, a lot of people just kind of wanted to weigh in on, the latest. I think a lot of people, Jeff, are crossing that line, and I think this is kind of what I wanted to address, where, I think everyone seems to know where, gas is hard to get. It's just that people are reaching that level of frustration. And, I would like to speak with, I know that I spoke with a couple guys that were doing the power and spectrum and stuff yesterday. I feel the frustration in the people's voices. I feel that people are, staying inside. They're not driving. They're just getting aggravated. They're getting hungry. They're just trying to just cook a hot meal, Jeff. And it's hard.
Still without power to cook that hot meal. I see a lot of people that are asking for propane and things of that nature to be able to barbecue, to cook, right? There's some people that just want to walk into their kitchen and turn on their microwave and just heat something up. It's the simplest of things. Just to turn on your stove, make something, whatever it may be. You don't want to eat cold food. You don't always want to eat nature's protein bars all day long, even though it's a necessity. You eat it, but you want just a good hot meal. There's a lot of amazing places that are offering those that are out there. And if you look at your local churches, like we say all the time, doing all kinds of good stuff, and we try to share as much as we possibly can with all those meals. And I know none of that is just stopping. It's not like people are going to stop cooking food or anything of that nature. There's a lot of places that are doing it this week as well.
A lot of people that are texting, 828-240-1059, the 105.9 The Mountain text line. I think a lot of the concern is, will the focus, because it's true, will the news focus? Will the news stories focus on Milton and Florida? Perhaps. But will we talked to the gentleman from the Red Cross yesterday. I spoke with somebody from FEMA the other day. It's not like they're going to leave here, pack up, go to Florida, Jeff. That's the big issue.
No, they're not. And so there's plenty to go around. So don't always believe everything you see. But you gotta remember that we're then, after this hurricane hits, then we're 3 weeks away from a presidential election. which is going to dominate the news, and that's going to be contentious and things of that nature.
Well, I mean, again, it's voting. How do we do that? And how do we do Halloween? How are we going to Christmas shop? By the time things open, is anyone going to be able to do it? Are we going to be able to get deliveries here? Do we have to do it all online? I mean, there's a school. I mean, there's so many questions. And, at this point, there's only so much information we can give you. Now, again, we posted on our 1059 The Mountain Facebook, 828 News.
828 News. Now, I was just looking, World Central Kitchen, if you're hungry, free meals that are still available daily at certain locations. 828 News Now, if you take a look at it on Facebook and on there, you can see those from, Bear's Barbecue does amazing things. To different places where you can get meals. Like if you're out in Black Mountain, we hear from a lot of people out there. The Ingles there from 12 to 2. So, just different places. If you want to check that out, for sure. If you want that hot meal, and we all do, you can check some of those places out as well. All right.
That's right. 828-240-1059. I want to appreciate everyone who has been patiently waiting on hold. You're on with Rizzo and Jeff. Good morning. Who's this?
This is J-Bo.
What's up, J-Bo?
How we doing?
We're trying to hang in there, man. It's
it's hard, man. We're trying to stay positive.
You're trying to, you want a nice shower, those types of things, and so it's you just want to be back to normal, and it's going to take a bit to get there.
Oh yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah,
but I'm thinking ramen noodles.
Oh, well, ramen noodles. Ramen noodles is a staple.
You've been to college?
Yeah, you've been to college. Ramen noodles is a staple food.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Now, do you fix them up? Do you dab them up a little bit, add some extras to them when you make them, or are you a straight packet water noodle guy?
Man, you could add stuff to them. You can just go straight with water. You can make them on the grill.
You can in the pot on the grill. You got it.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah, my friend.
Well, you know what? Let me ask you real quick. Thoughts on potted meats and beanie weenies while you're here?
Love them.
Love them.
Love them.
Love them.
Love them.
Well, that's all I needed. Ba ba boom.
Yeah.
Hey, that ain't just survival food. That's just good food.
That's good eating.
Straight up good eating.
That's straight up good eating.
That's good eating.
All right, my friend. Thanks so much for the call, all right? Rizzo and Jeff here. Good morning. Who's this? Hello?
This is Dakota. I called y'all yesterday.
What's up, Dakota?
Good. I just wanted to let everybody know that's out in the Lester area.
Okay.
The church at the corner of Diggs Creek number 2 and Diggs Creek number 1.
Okay.
They have hot meals, supplies, and water and stuff, just in case a lot of people in the Lester area don't know that they have hot meals there.
Okay. So sorry. So one more time, where's that at?
It's the church at the corner of Diggs Creek number 1 and Diggs Creek number 2, right there off of Newfoundland.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
Number 1, number 2. Perfect. All right. Thank you very much, Dakota. We appreciate you. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Easy,
all right. Go ahead. You're on with Rizzo and Jeff. Hello.
Yes, I heard you can use your EBT to buy hot meals. Is that right?
Yes. I think that is the case.
You can use EBT to buy some hot meals. Yes.
Where at? Do you know where at?
Oh, well.
I don't know, a hot chicken at Ingles, Jeff? Maybe
I would think,
I don't know.
Yeah, I would think of things of that nature, stuff that's cooked at the deli there that you could go get yourself a nice chicken meal, stuff like that, okay?
Thank you, sir.
No problem.
See?
See, and a lot of people don't know. You know, 828-240-1059. Rizzo and Jeff, hello.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Good. We're doing good, man. How are you?
Still no power and water over here, man. Ledgewood. Do y'all know where it be?
Where are you again?
Ledgewood Village Apartments.
Ledgewood Village.
Yeah.
I know you're waiting. I know some of that area around you has got it. Are you noticing that places around you have it?
Yeah, Arrowwood has it. Oakley store has it. Sitco has power.
Right.
Alta has power, but us.
Yeah, that's all a good sign.
Yeah.
Just so you know, when you're seeing all those areas around you.
You can now text Rizzo and Jeff from your mobile device on the 1059 The Mountain text line to 828-2 on 1059 The Mountain.
It is 105.9 the Mount Nashville's Classic Rock, the Rizzo and Jeff Show. And it's crazy because so many people seem to have, taken to this conversation that we were having about just MREs and just the food that people are giving out. And we have Dave and a couple people on hold. Let's just get to the phones here. You're on with Rizzo and Jeff. Good morning. Hello. Hello. Going once. Twice. 3 times.
Oh, no! Call back! Call back! He was waiting. You didn't finish 3 times a lady. You stopped before you finished the whole thing.
I did. I was going to say 3 times the lady.
If you went that far, he would have still been on there. So you cut out too early. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Because I should have said once, twice. 3 times the lady.
There he's back. He's back now. He's back now. All right.
Once, twice, 3 times the lady. Hello.
Hey, can we be off? I need to be off live air.
Oh, okay. All right. Hang on. We'll talk to you in a second.
All right. Do me a favor. Okay. Okay. Well, let's go to. Need to be off live air there. All right. So hang on for a second. But anyway, Jeff, to get people who are just tuning in, just caught up, we were talking about just MREs and things like that and what people like to eat. And
we were talking our new reality, which is a crazy reality sometimes when you think about it.
It is.
What we're all dealing with, scrambling for showers, scrambling, to get a hot meal still. All these days into this, and we talked about it, and some things that you didn't expect that you'd be eating, but you eat it because you're hungry.
Yeah,
you need it, right? Some of the little things, but prior to all this happening, that we would say to ourselves, "I'd never have that." Right?
Yeah, and boy, are we grateful for it now, right? I mean, the gratitude, the things that we took for granted and take for granted. I hope that if there's anything that we've learned from this tragedy, this horrific tragedy, it's to never take the little things for granted again. Washing your hands, going to the bathroom, flushing your toilet, getting a shower, brushing your teeth, things like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Food, cooking, anything. A restaurant being open that you like.
It's like humbling.
It is humbling.
When you're going to the bathroom and you're doing all those types of things.
In a porta potty.
In a porta potty, no matter where it may be.
Or you shower in a truck.
Preserving every case of water that you have, no matter how many you have, because you don't know how long this is going to go on for. Whereas before, you could have just rolled to the market and got another one, right?
Yeah. It's scarce. 828-240-1059. We got Dave on the phone. Dave, thank you for holding. We appreciate your patience. Good morning, Dave. What do you got for us, buddy?
How you doing today?
Good. What's up, buddy?
You was talking about that potted meat and stuff.
Sure. Yes,
we were.
Back when I was younger, when I went coon hunting a lot, we'd make a potted meat sandwich, a little bit of mayonnaise, and a can of Viennese sausages. And I was hungry, and that old man I was hunting with, he said, "Why don't you reach back there and get me one of them rat meat sandwiches and puppy wieners?" I didn't know what the hell he's talking about.
Well, you know now, huh?
Wow.
Yeah, I tell you what, when you starving to death, they're good.
Yeah, you know what?
You know what, man?
And
when you're hungry, you're hungry, right?
That's a fact.
That's a fact.
They're good every other time now. That's what people are saying. Nobody just wants to say that they eat them all the time, though.
They're pretty good. I like the little jalapeno Viennese sausages the best.
Oh, a little kick?
Is it a little kick with that jalapeno?
Got the punch to it. I like that.
You like that pie? Yeah, that's good stuff, isn't it?
Hey, yeah.
I'll tell you what, man. Yeah. That's good stuff. Well, I'm glad. What's on your? Is that your go-to gourmet survival food there?
Yeah, that and romaine noodles and spaghetti sauce.
That's it.
Yep.
You just give me spaghetti and spaghetti sauce, and I can do a lot of things.
There you go.
Yep.
There you go. Hey,
that's it.
Hey, listen, Dave, we appreciate your call, okay?
All right, you have a good day.
All right, you have a good day, too.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. Listen, 828-240-1005. You heard them, puppy wieners.
That's it.
That was his thing.
One of those rat meat sandwiches and puppy wieners.
The Rizzo and Jeff Show, more coming your way next. Don't go anywhere. It's 105.9 The Mountain, Nashville's Classic Rock.
Text a message to Rizzo and Jeff now to 828-240-1059. Phil Media Group station.
It is 105.9 Mount Nashville's Classic Rock. That was John Mellencamp. We got our good friend James Rogers on the phone. James, what's up, man?
Just riding down the road. Just thought I'd try to call y'all and give a shout out to the guys down in Swannanoa with the Oregon Disaster Response Team sharpening chainsaws. Greatest guys I ever met. They sharpened all my chains. Looked at my bar, didn't like it. Gave me a brand new bar for my chainsaw and a brand new chain to go with it.
Wow.
Really? Do any better?
Yeah, and you never think you hear about porta potties and the food and the water and stuff, but those important things that we don't even think about sometimes. There's so many different things that are needed, and that's amazing. What an awesome thing they're doing to really help out. Because without that, hey, who can get to work to do the things that need to be done, right?
Oh yeah. Now, if you ever tried to sharpen a chainsaw with a file, you never get a straight cut. It's always crooked.
That's right. That's right.
James, I can't even sharpen a plastic knife. Okay, James, I got to tell you. So,
all right.
But they're right there on the side of the road in front of Newcomb Tree Service. They'll sharpen anybody, anytime, anywhere.
Wow.
That's great, man.
That's good stuff. I mean, that's people helping people. That's what this has been. That's what this effort's been all about. People helping people, right?
Absolutely.
Amen, my friend. Amen. Thank you for that information. We'll pass that along, and we appreciate your call. And thank you for listening to the Mountain and the Rizzo and Jeff show, my friend, okay?
All right. Thank you.
All right,
take it easy, buddy. All right, listen, 828-240-1059. More of the Rizzo and Jeff show coming up. We got some Queen, Fat Bottom Girls, right now on 105.9 The Mountain, Nashville's classic.
Oh, you're gonna take me home tonight. Oh, down beside that red firelight. Oh, you're gonna let it all hang out. Fat bottom girls, you make the rockin' world go round.
It is 105.9 The Mountain, Asheville's classic rock, the Rizzo and Jeff show. And Jeff, it's interesting because a report was just published. I saw come out via Facebook from FEMA, the head of the U.S. Disaster Response Agency, and they were pushing back against these claims, these conspiracy theories about their response and the death toll and stuff like that, as the death toll continues to climb. The FEMA administrator, Deanne Criswell, she pointed to their massive collaborative effort. She said, quote, that keeps growing and growing and strongly urges residents in remote areas, places, Chimney Rock area, Yancey County, Canton, things like that, more remote areas, not just in Asheville, to accept the government's offer for assistance. Apparently, the report is, and I don't know if this is true, so if you are in a remote area, are you refusing the government assistance? We have thousands of people on the ground, not just federal, but also, she goes on to say, our volunteers in the private sector. And frankly, that type of stuff is demoralizing to our staff that have left their families to come here because some people are turning them away. And we're going to still be here as long as they're needed, no matter what happens in the coming days with the other hurricanes. So, I mean, apparently, according to her, a lot of misinformation is being spread out there. And because of that, people are, I guess, reluctant to, accept help or have FEMA come or whatever. I don't know how true that is, but this was a press release that they just put out, and I'm looking at it. I'm thinking to myself, I talked earlier in the show about how we have Al from Alabama, the FEMA guy, coming to my house tomorrow, tomorrow, I think. And, I don't know why they would put that out there, but I will say this, on a lot of our Facebook posts, people are getting very nasty towards one another. This is not a time to do that.
No, this is not a time for politics. I know that we're less than a month away from an election. It's becoming a hotbed issue, and that was going to be the case no matter what happened. But not only here, but in Florida, they're going to be decimated. There's going to be so much work that needs to be done, and we can't worry about where the money went. We have to worry about where the money's coming in, okay, and how we're going to get it, and how people are going to get helped and get assistance. What was given out whoever it was given to, whether it was right, whether it was wrong, whether you believe it or not, it's not around anymore, and we need to focus on, what's going to be coming down the road.
The one thing I do know, and I did learn this in talking, is, people are saying, well, they have this money for these people or this country or this, that, and the third, and they're posting these things, and people are responding to that. It's sort of like a bank, it's like my account and Jeff's account and your account. It's not like I could take money from your account and give it to somebody in my account. You know what I mean?
It's allotted. The money had been allotted.
Right. Money has been allotted. And I think that's where the confusion's coming from. And I think that's why they released this kind of press release. I think that's why they put it out on Facebook. I think that's why they put it out on social media, because I think there is a lot of people who are saying, hey, what the heck's going on here? I don't trust this. Hello, good morning. You're on with Rizzo and Jeff.
Hey, this is Elijah. I'm calling in to the Jackson County Animal Shelter. So though the shelter itself didn't Hurricane Helene, the animal hospital that does their spaying and neutering did, and do not have the resources to.
Sir, you're cutting out very bad, and we can't understand.
So,
sir, can you hear us? We can't hear you. Can you start over?
Yeah, you were cutting out a little bit, buddy.
Yeah, sure. Sorry. So I'm calling in regards to the Jackson County Animal Shelter. Though the shelter itself didn't sustain any damage, the animal hospital that does their spaying and neutering did. And so they're just needing someone to spay and neuter those pets over there at this time. And maybe if one of these hospitals could extend that offer, that would be great.
So you're the Jackson County Animal Shelter really didn't sustain the damage, but the hospital that helps do all the important things of the spaying and neutering, you said, did, and you're just looking for a little help out that way.
That's correct. Yes, sir.
Okay, my friend. We got that?
Well,
you got it out there?
There you go. You got it out there. Anyone out there that could help, that would be great. Please, greatly appreciate it. Thank you for calling in this morning, okay?
Yeah, thank you guys. Have a great morning.
No,
Elijah,
you too.
thanks, buddy.
No, Elijah, have a great day. 828-240-1059. Do you need help? Are you somebody who is, in need of assistance? We've had everybody from people looking for families to 80-year-old women with axes and all kinds of stuff. It's been crazy, Jeff.
And it's still things like that you don't think about, in Jackson County. And it's like, spaying and neutering, extremely important to have happen with pets. The pets are there. Everybody's good. The pets are safe. But the facilities to get that work kind of done, you don't think about that. It's an issue that's happening there.
Well, right? I hate to say it. Bob Barker always used to end the show.
Have your pets spayed or neutered?
Have your pets spayed or neutered, right? And
I don't know what Drew Carey says at the end. If you ever listen to him at the end of Prices Right Now.
Does he say anything? Does he have a catchphrase?
There's no catchphrase. Every time it's like some mumbling thing at the end of the Price is Right. It's like, we just want to say I love you and, check on your mental health and I'm not wearing any socks. It's Drew Carey. It's like that's what happens at the end of the Price is Right.
Right. It's like any socks.
Yeah, it's like a scattered brain kind of thing when he says stuff now. But, but Bob was all, Bob's clean, man. Bob Barker.
Absolutely. Bob was a clean, mean, beauty machine.
He was a lot. Who misses, by the way, if you don't have cable, would you kill for the Price is Right now? Just at 11 o'clock.
You know what? Would you, first off, unless you're 80, no. But if there was one show, let's just pretend that we could all have TV back. What would be the one show that you would kill to have? You could see what for you. Would it be the Price? Because you say that.
I don't think it'd be the Price. It'd probably be more wrestling.
It would be wrestling.
But Sunday football, right? Watching football on Sunday, just kicking back and doing those kind of things. Yeah, wrestling. There's different. I have my, goofy shows throughout the day. American Pickers and some things like that when I have the time to watch them that I like to watch. But just about anything at this point. I got news for you. If it all came back and said, all we have for you is the BBC, I am going on a bean marathon, and I'm just going to have a good time, all right?
Listen, just so you know, and I can't tell you why I know this, Bean reruns here on BBC 4.
Mm-hmm. Because you watched it.
Bean reruns on BBC 4. And by the way, when I did see it, there was the episode where he had the red car. and he was driving, and he kept crashing his little red car.
Okay. So you got yourself caught up in a wormhole of Mr. Bean, huh? Okay,
I got myself in a bean wormhole.
Yeah, now that all went away, and there's no spectrum, you opine. Your body says bean me. Yeah?
It says bean me, and I haven't been beaned.
All right, well, maybe one day, something to look forward to. People want to eat, you want to bean. All right, Mr. Bean.
You can now text Rizzo and Jeff from your mobile device on the 1059 The Mountain text line.
It is 1059 The Mountain, Nashville's classic rock, the Rizzo and Jeff show. That was Pearl Jam. And Jeff, I believe we have Donna on the phone. Do I hear hints of potential hugs?
Well, Donna, who has been with us since this whole thing started, calling, checking in, 70 years old, and Donna staying strong.
Good morning, Donna. How are you? Donna, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm fine. How are you all?
We're doing the best we can, Donna.
There's a lot of people that have it a lot worse than us, Donna. So we're just trying to, power through and keep that in mind, right?
That's all we can do. But speaking for me and everybody else, we appreciate you all so much.
Yeah, I appreciate hearing that because it gets really hard. And I'll be honest with you, it gets mentally tough and exhausting to talk about such sadness and despair, and to see our community just like this, decimated, torn apart, and it's wonderful to see people come together. But it really is hard,
Yeah,
it is. And I know. I mean, I couldn't do it. I'll be honest with you.
Well, it's not easy. Everyone's got a different kind of set of skills, though. A different. What does Liam Neeson say? I got a particular set of skills. Everyone's got a particular set of skills.
But Donna, you'd be surprised what you are capable of. When tasked with something as great as kind of what we're going through right now. So.
Yes, but you all are so appreciated. I just wanted to give you both a big shout out. And one of these days I'm going to get to meet you so I can give you both a hug, okay?
Oh, we can't wait.
Well, we love hugs, Donna. We're big hug guys. You know what I mean?
I'm an old granny woman. I just turned 70. So, you take little things for granted. Oh, my gosh. I hope I never do that again.
Listen, we were
there with you.
We were just talking about that, taking things for granted, and, I don't think that's going to happen again, I think, for any of us. Donna?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, guys, you are appreciated. You are loved. So, please keep that. Know that.
I can't wait for one big Donna hug to come my way. I'm excited about it.
I'm excited for a Donna hug, Donna.
All righty. We'll make it as soon as possible, guys.
All right, Donna. You have a great day, okay?
Y'all too, okay? Bye.
All right, take it easy. We appreciate that, Donna. I mean, listen, here's the thing. I think Donna Jeff brings up a really good point. I think that as the days progress, I think that, the tasks, and I keep bringing it up, but these tasks of brushing our teeth are fleshed into, I feel like as we rebuild and, as we, and it's amazing. This video I posted yesterday is almost at 1 million views. It's how we are learning to not take things for granted. Not that we did before, but it's things that you don't think about, Jeff. It's things that you don't think about, and just the coming together of people that are helping and sharpening chainsaws, just small things like that, just not taking the little things for granted.
Yeah, I saw this, and they said in 8 days, thousands of volunteers from Buncombe County's Family Assistance Center visited close to 16,000 households to perform wellness checks. Volunteers helping out to do these wellness checks to make sure that people are okay, and that work is still must continue. We are far away from all that. There's so many remote areas and areas that we still need to get to as soon as possible. It's not something that we can hang on for too long. We have to get out and find people and make sure that we have checked on everybody.
If you have the ability to, I have some information here, and I mentioned the other day this group of women that are working, I guess, predominantly out of Charlotte, but all over the country. I call them the Power Rangers because they really do. They put together all this stuff for, people who are going through things. And if you just, need to talk or you feel like you're going through crisis, this is important. You got to dial 988. Okay. Also, search Rescue Wellness. We were just talking about that. Family reunification, stuff like that, very, very important. You know what I mean? People are being reunified. I mean, there was a couple people that were yesterday that were reunified here. But you could dial 211, or you could text 40403. Okay, or person, and you will. Potentially be put on hold when you call 211, and they will tell you to text that or visit NC's 211 website, okay? And if maybe you're listening in Tennessee or you're out of state and you're looking for a loved one, you can call 888-892-1162. That's 888-892-1162. 1162. But obviously, the Carolina Emergency Response Team, Operation Rotorblade, they have 12 helicopters. They're providing wellness checks, evacuations, flying in supplies. They're doing their stuff. Obviously, Buncombe County Register of Deeds, they have a web-based form to help people locating and connect residents, but you can also call them at 820-2761. You're going to have to leave a voicemail with somebody because obviously they're being inundated. Or you could just email register@buncombecounty.org, to let them know, and they'll prioritize, long list of names, locations, age, health needs, stuff like that, Cajun Navy, all that. So there's a lot of information that I got here from this group of women, and it's amazing that they're sitting there. They're not directly affected by this. They're all over, the country putting this together, but it should show you that being grateful and having, all of these, lifelines and important, I guess assets, to help find people. It's very, very important, Jeff.
Well, I saw this. I was reading this morning, and somebody wrote into one of the Asheville Facebook groups, and a lot of them locally have been really amazing. She said, I have a friend whose apartment flooded, and the landlord is going to demolish the building and not repair. So she's still there. She cannot find housing. No power, and mold is starting to creep in.
So what? Wait. So what did she say? That they're demolishing their house?
The landlord's going to demolish it instead of doing any repairs. Just the where they're living, the complex, I guess they're at. I see a lot of people writing about the NC Housing Coalition Facebook page.
Yeah,
has a lot of help right there. If you're worried about something like that, which is terrible to happen, but it's hard to live somewhere, right, where the mold is coming in and things of that nature. It's just terrible.
Well, David Bartholomew, if you're listening, he works at Pisgah Law. He's the Know Your Rights renter information guide. I mean, they can't do that during a natural disaster.
No.
And if you're confused about it, call Pisgah Law, obviously, 253-0406. That's 253-0406, because guess what? I mean, you can't be like, oh my goodness, I've lost everything, or I'm living in a place that I can't find housing. I have no money. I can't pay my rent. And then here, for those of you who don't know, or you're listening from somewhere else, I mean, you need what? $7-8 grand to move somewhere, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah. It's, $750 for this area is
my God,
tough. It's not a lot of money.
A week,
maybe, but to survive, pay rent, stuff like that. We knew the house prices and what everything was here, and the rental prices beforehand. So there's a lot of people that are living in fear like that. A lot of people out of work. When am I getting back to work? When is that going to happen? All those kind of things. Very scary for a lot of people. And as the clock ticks, you worry even more.
Well, and I said this the other day. Went down to the River Arts District, and it was amazing to see the amount of people who watched that video. Over 100,000 people. And, every single building you see, look at that as somebody's business and people's jobs. Think about that.
Yeah. Their livelihood and the trickle down effect.
And the trickle down effect.
The business going, and then the person that works there, and then their family and how it affects them, and there's so much involved.
Rizzo and Jeff, hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It's Grandma Emma.
Hi, Grandma Emma. How are you doing?
Oh my God, Grandma Emma, how are you?
I'm fine. My apartment flooded, but my kids came down there, my grandkids, like a crew, and cleaned all the mildew and mold off everything, and just cleaned my apartment. I live in a house with my daughter and her 3 teenage sons live upstairs. But I'm telling you, all landlords at this point in time ought to take a page from my landlord who gave us our rent back, and gave us a free month for everything we've been going through. And I can't imagine. I mean, it makes me tearful to know what other people are going through, displaced, and
I don't think most landlords are given a free month. Did you hear about a free month, Jeff?
Did I hear about a free month?
At your place?
If I heard about it, you'd hear about it.
Yeah, I'm with you. I haven't heard about it either.
To all the landlords out there, give your tenants a free month's rent. This is from Grandma Emma. It makes a big, big, big difference.
Well, especially for the people who don't know, how long, they're going to be out of work. When's the next time they're going to be able to go back to work? You talk about your retirement and going to Bojangles every morning. Guess what? What about going to Bojangles? What about those people who rely on that paycheck?
Right. Well, here in Canton, our restaurants are open back up. And actually, to mention that, I'm sitting in Bojangles line right now.
Are you really? What Bojangles is open right now? I want to know what Bojangles is open.
Yeah, what's the order?
All the Bojangles in Haywood County are open for business. We finally got water, and we came out of the boil water thing. Wow. So all the restaurants are open here.
Well, wait a minute. Wait a minute. What's the order?
Yeah, what are you getting?
What are you getting? A Bowberry biscuit?
Oh, she gets the biscuit. No, Bowberry. That's only for a certain amount of time. You're getting the biscuit, and what preserves? I forget again. Strawberry?
It's strawberry, but no, I'm not doing that. Somebody else is buying this morning. So I'm getting me a steak biscuit.
Oh.
And I'm getting the other person a sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit.
Steak
because
biscuit.
We know Bojangles has the best biscuit.
You are living high on the hog right now today,
and
Grandma
you know
Emma.
what? Shout out to Bojangles.
Yeah.
We love Bojangles, so that's pretty cool. So all the Bojangles in Haywood County are open for Grandma Emma and Co.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Grandma Emma living large.
Yeah. This is. I'm sending out prayers to Florida. They're getting ready to be hit. I've got friends down there.
Let me ask you something. Are you worried? Are you worried that we may be, and I get it, we can't be the front page national story on every station every day, but are you worried that maybe we will be a little bit forgotten if this is as bad as they say it is in Florida? How do you feel about that?
I do. It's like, you're front page for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
And then it kind of goes to the second page, third page, or whatever.
Yeah.
But we cannot forget the people up there at Lake Lure and in the Black Mountains, Swananoa. My daughter, who's a nurse, went up there the other day looking for one of her people that works for them, and the road was totally, they couldn't get in, and she said, Mama, I cannot unsee what I saw up there.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of that
There's
happening.
a lot of, that's why and it kills me, but that's why I had to send the Bambine out of here for those of you who are new listeners or listening from across the country, because we've gone viral, so that we have a lot of new listeners. That's, what I call my kiddo. I just sent him out of here. He couldn't see some of this stuff. He's 7,
Yeah.
I know. It's devastating. My niece and her 3 kids and her husband are having to move. And to try to find a place right now to move is just ridiculous. and especially a place that you can afford with 3 kids, you know?
Grandma Emma, I hope they stay in the... I mean, we don't want to move, you know, and it's just like we just want to help rebuild, and we want to be here with everybody, and it's hard, and it hurts, and we hope that we can rebuild soon, and I know it's going to take a while. I mean, you know, I don't know if this place will ever quite be the same. I said this last week, but it's true. They said that in 20,000 years, they'll be able to look at the sediment in the ground and tell that something happened here.
Absolutely. And it just, you know, I've been here all my life. I'm 70 years old. And just to see, you know, the devastation here in my little town of Canton.
Canton. I went to Canton last week, and I to go see the North Meets South truck and visit some listeners and some people. And I at the O'Reilly Auto Parts, people who listen to the show. And I got to tell you, I have never seen anything, especially down by the plant when you're coming down there. There's like there's chairs like banged against a bent fence. You know what I mean?
The car wash is totally gone. And that car wash has seen a lot of hurricanes.
Yeah.
A lot of flooding.
The Walgreens was open.
Walgreens has been open. But I tell you what, down there at the community kitchen, where they feed a lot of people who don't have food, it is totally wiped out, totally gone. They have moved to Crabtree Road down there. But it's a lot of these people ride their bicycles and walk to that kitchen. So, you know, it's just sad. But I really appreciate the community coming together. I mean, one of the Domino's Pizzas was serving pizzas at the shopping center up there. They were doing water. I mean, it was amazing how people were coming together.
I know that Domino's guy. He texts me when they're out and about, and that guy's great. And Grandma Emma, I think I speak for me, for Jeff. I know that, my fiance, Baby Hand's a big fan of yours. I know that the listeners are a big fan of yours. It's great to hear your voice. We've been worried about you.
I'm fine, honey, and I'm glad you guys are fine, and we have to keep hope alive.
That's it.
You know, without hope, we don't have anything.
That's it.
Power through.
That's it.
Thank you, Grandma Emma.
We love you, Grandma Emma. Call soon, okay?
Love you guys, too. Bye-bye.
All right, take it easy. Now, think about that. Grandma Emma. Back at Bojangles, Jeff.
Yeah,
that's big news. That's breaking news,
Jeff.
Jeff.
It's good for the Canton area, but like somebody said, I live in Arden. I'm still without power.
Yeah.
No word on when it's going to be restored.
Yeah.
I know they're working 24/7, but Duke is not updating their website. And I think people would like to just go onto the app and just be able to see some kind of an update. Then that would give you just some kind of hope. If it said Thursday by 2:30 in the afternoon, just give me something. Let me see something.
Yeah, I think you're right. 828-240-1059. That's the number. The RIZZO and Jeff Show, taking more of your calls, just kind of talking you through the second week. I mean, we're almost halfway through the second week. Where do we go from here? You know, what do we do? It was good to hear from Grandma Emma. We'll be right back. More of the RIZZO and Jeff Show coming up after this.
From podcasts to Facebook videos, Instagram to TikTok, and even Twitter. Oh yeah, X now. Thanks, Elon. You can keep up with what's going on locally and the RIZZO and Jeff Show by searching 105.9 The Mountain on all social and podcast platforms. Keep 105.9 The Mountain with you 24/7, wherever you go with our new app. It even has an alarm clock, so we can be free and fancy.
It is 105.9 The Mountain, Nashville's classic rock, the RIZZO and Jeff Show. If you did not hear, this was something that if you are a listener to the RIZZO and Jeff Show, or if you just found us, this is something you might not know about us. Jeff and I are avid followers of Phil McGraw.
Yeah, I'm a big Dr.
You're a McGraw
Phil
guy.
I love Dr. Phil.
Yeah.
I find myself, before all this happened, sometimes, when life was normal, once in a while you get caught up on a Saturday morning, nobody else is around.
Right, McGraw Marathon?
Own network, Oprah's network, you'll get caught up in a McGraw Marathon. Yeah, well, nothing else is on really at that time, in the morning if you're out. We get up early, so your body just wakes you up, but that's what used to happen, yes.
And it was very, I guess, humbling to hear that Phil McGraw was in WNC Strong, baby. He was in Boone. And then I heard he was in, Barnardsville? I forget, somebody called in earlier, but he was in a few places. And Dr. Phil, standing on an airstrip delivering Starlinks. And for those of you who don't know, that is Elon Musk's, way of having internet communication, because Lord knows when we'll ever get internet or anything back. But here's some audio of McGraw on the runway. I figured I'd share this with you because this got me all excited.
Since the hurricane hit in North Carolina, and I'm at a little airport in Boone, and you see all these helicopters lined up behind me here. And what's happening, Elon Musk has been great enough to hook me up with several hundred Starlink units that we're taking into some of the most hard-hit, remote, isolated areas. I'm going out in a second wave on some Black Hawk helicopters into some other areas that are completely isolated, and we're going to be delivering those.
Now here's Phil. Here's McGraw on a helicopter.
What we're going to do is we're going to head over first to deploy some Starlinks where we've got some prescriptions that need to come out. We've also got a bunch of people that need internet so they can talk about the supplies they need and report back to us. So we've got 3 we're going to deploy now, and we've got a couple other places we have to hit after this as well.
So he's on the back of like this 4-wheeler. They're finding these people that are deep in the woods.
We were like, okay, who's been here already? Has FEMA showed up? They're like, no. They're like, you're the first people we've seen. We thought everybody gave up on us.
Wow.
And McGraw giving hugs, giving links, giving stuff. There's nothing like a good McGraw visit.
I know FEMA's out there working hard and Red Cross and everything, but imagine the first person that you see is that big Texan coming to your front door, right?
That big half-B Texan,
right? And
I will say this: he hasn't done much with his hair.
Well, there's not much to do anything with, but it's
no, you don't understand.
But I get, imagine that, and then
let me turn this around.
I saw the video.
Did you see the video?
Yeah, time to shave it all off. But imagine that. So you say to yourself, okay, I haven't seen FEMA, anybody that's here to help, and I know they're on the way, but. Am I losing it? Or am I getting delusional now at this point? It's Dr. Phil standing in front of me.
Is this McGraw with a mustache and Oakleys? Because he's wearing Oakleys.
I know. There's a helicopter lands, and you're thinking FEMA's coming to help me out, and here's Dr. Phil connecting me to the internet. It's which is awesome.
No. Don't get us wrong. It's so cool, but it's amazing that Dr. Phil McGraw
is the first person that you have seen. It's Dr. Phil. Like, how crazy would that be?
Have you seen FEMA? No. Have you seen the Red Cross? No. Have you seen Dr. Phil delivering?
Have I seen it? He was sitting in my living room. Right. It's
McGraw.
Crazy.
There's McGraw with a 9-year-old woman giving hugs.
Right.
He picks her up.
Yeah. Oh, did he?
He picked her up.
Why did he pick her up?
He gave her a twirl hug.
Oh, okay.
So he's
everybody loves Dr. Phil.
But I agree. But I mean, so think about it. I mean, Dr. Phil has been in this area. So I mean,
it's awesome.
I don't know if anyone has seen. Had a first-hand account of a McGraw. We had somebody earlier with a second-hand account of a McGraw sighting. Is there a first-hand McGraw sighting? 828-240-1059.
They were saying that that woman said that she had seen some people that she knew in the neighborhood. They were able to get a picture with Dr. Phil. So I guess that was cool. That's cool, right? It's but him going to those remote areas and things of that nature. It's extremely awesome to be out that way. So it's cool, man. Yeah, that's neat to have Dr. Phil.
100%. I mean, it's cool because a lot of people are unable to connect with their loved ones, and believe it or not, this Starlink, and I found out a little more information about it. So obviously, Elon's providing the service for free, and usually these are like $700-800. You can get it for like $300, so it's more than half off. But I guess from what Johnny and a couple callers said, it's so fast. It's like super fast, like internet, satellites, like anywhere, any place, doesn't matter where you are, on the top of a mountain, on the bottom of a mountain, in the middle of a hurricane. I mean, doesn't matter. The Starlink stuff actually does work.
Yeah.
And I was curious because I'm like, how is that going to work? Like, how, you know what I mean? I was a little skeptical, but now I'm thinking, do I pay the $300 and get the Starlink?
But could it be worth it at this point?
Could it be worth it at this point?
Yeah. Not that we've had it really rough when it came to a lot of that stuff, but yeah.
I have still yet to have any internet. I mean, I yet to have good cell service when I go home, if any at all. And, a Starlink would be great. But here's here's my luck. When I get a Starlink, I promise you that'll be the day
that it all comes back on.
I will order Starlink and I will hit order. I will click order, put my credit card number in, and then bam. It'll all come back, and you know it too.
That's going to happen.
You know it too.
Yep, and another $300 nobody can afford to part with just to have that. Oh, I know your luck. I know,
but I mean, we still have so many people without power in this area, and I'm looking at the outage map, and I'm somebody called earlier, and they were like, listen, I haven't seen many updates on the Duke Energy website, and it looks as though that what they're doing, and again, this is just based on a map, this isn't anyone I've talked to, but they have people in each community, and I guess they're going to the different transformers. It's what it looks like based on this map, and it looks like that they're going to these transformers, and they're turning on the electricity, putting up the poles because they have to get the debris out of the way. There's a lot of down poles in these areas. You know what I mean? So
no, there's a ton of that. So there's a lot of work to still be done.
Between the McGraw, between the Starlink, and by the way, the fact that Johnny, who is a regular listener to this show, got himself Starlink for his house and his business. It makes me question, should I just cancel the Spectrum, which I don't have any at the present time, and I just go and I Starlink it.
The fact that he knew so much about the Starlink was pretty crazy too. Johnny, he's a wealth of quiet knowledge.
He is a wealth of very of useless and useful information.
Right.
All wrapped into one. It's like he's like a little ball of information.
Yes.
But listen, 828-240-1059 if there's any thing that you any things that you're looking for, any things that you need to know. When we come back, I have a list of different things that are going to be out today. Some people who are going to be out and about. I know people were asking about showers and stuff like that. And we'll give you the latest information, up to date on that, where you can go and all of that stuff. So don't go anywhere. More of the Rizzo and Jeff Show coming up next.
105.9 The Mountain and Rizzo and Jeff hate paying for stuff, don't you? Everything is a subscription this or fee that. Heck, they even have kitchen fees now. Just a friendly reminder that your local neighborhood radio station is always free. We tried to sell the Rizzo and Jeff Show. Nobody bought it, so they're free too. Always local and free.
It is 105.9 The Mount Nashville's Classic Rock, the Rizzo and Jeff Show on your radio. And listen, we have discussed a lot of stuff here this morning. And, the one thing that I don't think a lot of people have thought about, Jeff, or talked about, because we haven't gotten there. Because obviously, for those of you who are asking, distribution sites, resources, stuff like that, it's up at 828newsnow.com, as well as a, county by county list of different information, water and the water restoration kind of project and kind of how that, is going, all at 828newsnow.com. But, a lot of people haven't thought, and it reminded me because on our Facebook, there are so many comments, and people are just getting so political about just so much stuff when this is not a political issue. This is an issue of people trying to come together, trying to survive, trying to do the best that they can. And, think about this. How are we going to do basic things like Halloween and voting and things like that, and Christmas? And it got me thinking, because Grandma Emma, who called, and then a couple people, commented underneath of that video that was posted yesterday. And they were like, what am I going to do for Christmas? What am I going to do for Halloween? And you know what? That's a great question. And I couldn't even begin to tell you an answer, Jeff.
I was reading this. Hello, my name's Anna. I'm asking for help to repair my house. We lost everything due to Helene. I have 2 children. I also lost my job. So that's what people are still thinking and worried about. And of course, as a parent, what you want to do is keep whatever sense of normalcy that you can. So when it comes to these holidays and things of that nature, you want to just try to do something to keep the kids' minds in the right space, because we don't know until this water gets on. School is just not a possibility. This could be weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks.
I mean, and then it begs the question, and maybe there's a teacher, maybe there's an administrator, maybe there's somebody who knows, how, if you're out for 2-3 months, do you go for 2? I mean, you need to go to school for 180, and of course these calls keep driving, for 180 days a year. And what's crazy is if you miss a month and a half, 2 months, do you then just go through the summer? I mean, is there any kind of break? Do I don't know. 105.9 The Mountain. Hello.
Yes, what can we get ice at? Anybody know?
I'm sorry?
What can we get ice at?
Ice. I said ice.
Ice.
Well,
where are you
located
at?
Oakley.
So, let me think. The free ice or just ice in general?
Both.
Okay. I know there's some places that do have them. I know we were just talking to your buddy, Food Lion in Fairview. He's got ice there.
That's probably the closest one to you. I know that, and they had some tents outside at the Food Lion in Oakley yesterday, as well as a food truck that was giving out stuff. So I do know that the Food Lion, if you just drive down 74. I also know that a lot of the government centers, and I'm trying to find the closest one to Oakley. There's a bunch of them here. So these are Hendersonville.
How about Harris Teeter on Melbourne Avenue?
I'm sorry?
How about Harris Teeter on Melbourne Avenue?
Yeah, Harris
Teeter's been great when it comes to ice as well. They've been awesome with having ice also.
Well, and Trader Joe's has ice too. Yeah. I thought you were looking for I thought you were just looking for free ice. You know what I mean?
But either one, just like good ice.
Yeah, you go to Merriman. Yeah, those two places. They've had them since the beginning. Really, honestly, like Harris Teeter's been.
I know
great
Trader Joe's did.
Yeah, all right there.
Trader Joe did.
Yeah, no problem.
Well, listen, one more thing. Head over to Oakley Elementary School as well. They might still have some left, 753 Fairview Road, okay?
You guys are great. Thank you.
Thank you very much. No problem. 828-240-1059. You have something like that. The point is I think that was, I didn't know if he wanted free, but I'm trying to figure out. I know that some of them, let's see, the World Central, no, that's just Hearts with Hands. They're just distributing water. So like you said, Jeff, I think if you can afford it, definitely go to a lot of the grocery stores seem to be more and more restocked. You know what I mean? It's restocked rather.
Yeah, very much restocked, and you look for the meats and different things if you have the opportunity to do that, and you're starting to see that they're there. The gas lines, waiting for gas isn't as crazy. That's
didn't you say you were able to? You saw at the gas station by yours. You were like, oh my goodness, I could just roll in.
It was normal. I wasn't even that busy. It's not as busy as it usually was just before.
Are they open 24 hours?
Yeah, hot spot. Yeah, and at some of the places like that, sure. Yep, you can go at any time.
Really? Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, see that, and there you go. I mean, and this is an interesting. I wonder why gas has become so not as critical. Is it because people have gotten out of town?
There's probably there's a little bit of that, and I think a little less of the people. You react out of fear. And I think that's a lot of what happened initially out of fear, and people didn't know. And people weren't sure where things were going to go and what supermarkets were going to be open and things of that nature and where they needed to get. And I think a lot of it, Rizzo, was that nobody was prepared. So, like me, you have a quarter tank of gas in your car, and then you don't know when this is going to change.
I had none.
Right, so you're going, oh, my God, what if I can't get it for 2 weeks or whatever it may be? And then I think as people began to see that it was going to be easier to get the gas and do things of that nature, that kind of calmed, some of people just going crazy. Because we saw some of those lines, man. Woo, people were getting into it and arguing and fighting and, swoosh. I tell you.
Yeah, it was, and I know that there are a few Walmarts. I know, like Weaverville, the one where the showers are in Arden. I mean, they have kind of a drive-through relief center, hot meals, water, and ice as well. Woodfin, they have food and water from 3 to 5 p.m. at the West Woodfin Distribution Hub on Olivet Road. That's 80 Olivet Road. So, and then if you go to the new Bridge Baptist Church on Elkwood Avenue in Woodfin, they have water distribution beginning around 1 o'clock. Food distribution begins around 3. So, and I know for the people in who quote unquote say that they feel forgotten, for example, people in Henderson County, Etowah Elementary, Mills River Town Hall are some hubs that have distribution, supplies, ice, things like that. Local churches, Ebenezer Baptist, First Baptist, Emergency Shelter, the elementary school on Pace Road, and Auto Advantage, now Discovery Regional. The pre-owned superstore, everyone is invited to come and use food. And how about this? Internet and device charging.
The internet.
The big old internet.
The Al Gore World Wide Web. Without Al Gore, where are you, Al?
Yancey County Centralized Distribution Point MREs, ice, as well as water, MREs, food, all that. 150 Alltech Drive in Burnsville. And in Yancey County as well, shelter sites that are open and being managed by the Red Cross. So we spoke to Todd from the Red Cross yesterday. They are at Blue Ridge Elementary and Cane River Middle School as well. So showers, Arden, we told you, Walmart, and this is important, okay? Walmart in Arden, the Asheville YMCA in Biltmore Park, okay? Candler, Maple Ridge Baptist Church, Hendersonville at Alpha Fitness, Marion, Corpening Memorial YMCA, Flat Rock Upward Christian Church, and Laundry, Arden, Walmart, Asheville Basilica St. Lawrence, and Weaverville Laundromat now open. That's coin only. That's the only one I think that takes coins and or money. And all that stuff. If you want to find out about pharmacies, there's a list up at 828newsnow.com as well. But we have Verizon, T-Mobile, and AT&T connectivity trucks. AT&T set up a truck at Sam's Club.
Awesome.
On Patton Avenue.
I see that.
T-Mobile trucks are all over the Ag Center. They're on French Broad Ave at Asheville Middle School. They're at both Tractor Supply Companies, one in Black Mountain, one in Weaverville. And then Verizon is at the Family Justice Center. So they're starting to get here. They're starting to get the supplies and stuff here. So if this is the kind of stuff that you need, connectivity, showers, to bathe, to drink, to eat, those are the things, Jeff.
I just posted up just for today where to get the food, water, and supplies for today, Tuesday, 10/8. It's all up there if you want to go up there, share it. If you're still looking, from diapers to baby formula to water to food to you name it, 1059 The Mountain right there on Facebook. You can see it. Please share it.
Yes.
And help out others as well. But a full comprehensive list of a bunch of different places all over the area are helping out, okay?
Yeah, absolutely. And make sure that you share that and comment underneath that for people to see. We'll be right back. More of the Rizzo and Jeff Show coming up after a quick break.
You can now text Rizzo and Jeff from your mobile device on the 1059 The Mountain text line to 828-240-1059.
The Rizzo and Jeff Show on your radio. Almost time for us to get out of here, but first, a couple of quick things. I want to shout out North Meets South. They have been, providing people with free food and stuff like that based on donations. And from what I read, Jeff, didn't they say this is the last week they could do it because they've already lost their home?
Yeah, well, last week they could do it, of course, before they'll have to start charging again because there's only so much food that they've done an amazing job that people could give out, right? A lot of these food trucks as well, who have sprung into action when needed and necessary, and but they're businesses too, and they're going through a lot of the same things that we're going through as well. So so it's important there that they get helped out, and
100%.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to be at Leonard's RV, but I mean it. I guess in closing, I'd like to say this. It's important. These local businesses that we think of, and this is a perfect example. Chef Ashley, the people at North Meets South, they were the biggest food truck in town. They're about to go out of business.
Yeah.
They've lost their house.
Right.
Okay,
yeah.
I mean, we talk about, I'm looking at the roads. There's barely anybody on the roads. Nobody's going to work. Who's going to work?
No, people are losing their jobs, their homes, their jobs.
Who's going to school, Jeff? Who's there to listen, to the radio, except for people who don't have power, who need information, and we try to disseminate that information, but it's hard.
I'm starting to see a lot more of people beginning to ask for tents now and supplies to camp.
Yeah.
So that they're going to have to live in tents and things of that nature.
But with winter coming?
Yeah, and as we're getting colder and it's getting cooler out, a lot of that it's scary to even think about. Yeah.
It's scary, but it's also, there's a human factor here, and, it gets mentally exhausting to know that our brothers and sisters in the listening area, from Haywood County to Buncombe County, yes, sure, to Yancey County, to McDowell County, to Henderson County, and all the towns, and counties in between, even very, very I guess would be eastern Tennessee. I mean, it's really it's a burden when that lives have changed for a long time, and whether it's the River Arts District, whether it's Black Mountain, whether it's Swannanoa, not that there was a ton of business in Chimney Rock, but there was business. There were
human beings,
right? And there are human beings that are not around anymore. And to sit here and to think about all of the things and all of the change that this community is going to go through, it's tough. And, I'm so sad to hear that. And I do hope that that doesn't happen to North Meets South. I hope that doesn't happen to like so many other businesses that were just destroyed, Jeff.
Yeah, we got to get the water back on. I think that's the most important thing that really begins the healing process of things that start to happen, because businesses and schools and everything can reopen back up. It's got to start there. Yeah, but we posted it. If you're still looking today where to get food, hot meals, water, supplies, anything you need for today, comprehensive list of all of those things for all the counties, from Madison County to you name it, all around 1059 The Mountain, right there on Facebook.
Yeah.
You can go there, you'll see it, and take a look where you can get something to eat, where you can still get supplies. All that is still going on. It has not stopped. So go check that out.
100%. And again, Jeff does a good job getting that on the Facebook. It is definitely it's definitely a slow process, but we're going to be here with you every step of the way, and our thoughts and our prayers are absolutely with you guys. And it's an honor for Jeff and I to come in here to do this, to talk with you, to work with you, and to kind of disseminate information. And I know that people are starting to kind of maybe get
stir crazy and worried and frustrated and angry and all the emotions of like grief is kind of what it is, right?
I would love to hear maybe in one of these press conferences, maybe we'll hear it today at 1 o'clock here on 1059 The Mountain. Maybe we'll hear it 4 o'clock. I don't know. Aside from dialing, 988 or whatever it is, some kind of mental health help for people, because this is taking a toll on everyone.
Oh, yeah.
It's taking a toll on all of us, and people strive and beg for human connection.
Yeah.
You know,
human nature.
And that human connection, it feels like it was taken away and just like that.
I say it all the time. You know, people change, but human nature doesn't change at the end of the day. And being able to, just like that, have that connection, contact, whether it is like going to your local store. How many people have their local post office, their local, you name it, people that you know, and you used to be able to go to those places, your local deli, your local supermarket.
Oh, hey, whatever.
Hey, Tom, the manager. Right. All those kind of conversations, are not there anymore for some people. So, it's frustrating.
But we are here with you, and even though, we can't talk to each and every single one of you individually, we're here to talk to you all as a collective. So we are all thinking about you. We are with you. And we will be back tomorrow morning, bright and early. So make sure you stick with us here at 105.9 The Mountain. Press conference airs at 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock. And Jeff and I will be back bright and early tomorrow morning. Okay?
Yeah.
Have a great day, everybody.
You can now text Rizzo and Jeff from your mobile device on the 105.9 The Mountain text line.